after the hearing, the committee is going to meet in committee room, and there will be a debate among ourselves, because I don't see it possible that all members of the committee, the 7 members, will decide one recommendation. Every member of the committee will have the responsibility to bring forth their individual recommendation to be forwarded to the plenary. But remember that those individual recommendations will not be forwarded. It is intended for the committee, and when it's brought to the attention of the committee is going to have debate on it. And you know, this is a rule-based house. It is run on the basis of the opinion of the majority. So there will be a series of decisions in terms of voting on those way forward or recommendations that will be brought. Those ones that will have the numerical strength to be passed on will definitely be forwarded to plenary as recommendation of the committee.
Okay. My name is Gomo. The Colobane lawyers are complaining about not being accorded to the process. That's why the work out. What do you have to say?
No, I don't think Colobane lawyers are complaining of not being accorded to the process. I don't think so. I think you were here. You can also inform the public as to whether they were accorded due process or not. Now, what they say, you as a journalist covering the process, you were here when Orokolba wrote for the first time and requested for 5 days. In 5 days, he was given 2 days. Is there not due process? Was that not due process? I'm asking you.
You tell us.
No, not telling you. I'm asking you. I'm saying to you, what is the process? The man requested the first time for 5 days. And in the Western of the committee, he was given 2 days. So I'm asking, was that not due process? It was due process. It's part of due process. If we thought that we did not want to call in due process, we could have conducted the hearing on that same day. But we felt that the due process is a fundamental, it's fundamentally part of law, so he must be accorded his desire, even though it is not the 5 days, but granted his request in part. But I think this is the issue here. I think you need to make the public to understand. The senior counsels, including the justice that came, whom we have so much regard for them, they are saying that they have a rule that governs lawyers. That is the professional, that is the code of conduct that governs lawyers. And in that code of conduct, you cannot go to an hearing to represent a client, according to them, without being given those exhibits or documentations in which you requested for. Equally so, I'm also saying to them, as you have the code of conduct that governs lawyers, we also have the House's rule that governs us as well. In as much you don't want to go against the code of conduct that governs lawyers, I myself don't want to go against the House's rule. And we're also saying to them, it is precedent set at this legislature that a member cannot be heard through lawyers. A member their lawyers can guide them, and their lawyer can speak through them. So that's why you're not listening to what I'm saying. If you listen to me, you understand me. I just say it clearly, and don't ask what I've just said to you. So please, that's why we keep reminding them to ensure that what it is this. So remember, you want to protect your rule, and I myself took oath to protect my rule as well. I cannot protect the professional conduct of lawyers, the code of conduct of lawyers, going against the House's rule. And attempt to go against the House's rule, the same way they think that they can be punished or penalized for going against their code of conduct, myself can be penalized for going against the House's rule as well.
Someone said that why did you accept the lawyer's submission?
I have said to you, we have a procedure here. This is not the first of a case of this kind. You can go to several cases where witnesses have been invited. If you are a legislative reporter or part of legislative pool, you will help me to inform the public that this is a precedent. This is a normal routine. At no time that a witness or a nominee has appeared with their lawyer, perhaps let's say to be charged of contempt or the reason why they should not be charged for contempt, for that lawyer to be the one to take the stem while that witness is sitting for their lawyer to be speaking for them. It is unprecedented.
Why did you accept the summation from the lawyer?
Pardon me?
Why did you accept their summation?
No, we did not accept the submission. I think you get it wrong. When the submission was made, the correction was provided. And let me say this to you. While we are trying to protect the law, that does not mean we do not coexist. Justice Johnny is my instructor. He's a senior legal luminary, led by Councilor Massacre, led by Councilor Yakura. These are all senior counsels, and I, as a junior counsel, will not be in the public to disrespect any of them. So if you expected me to say to my senior colleagues in the same profession that I'm not going to accept your letter, and yeah, but no. So there are some things implied. By you shaking hands to receive the letter, by you going in accordance to what your rule says and your procedures, which we call acceptance. So if we could have accepted, we could have allowed their word or their request to have been granted. But the request was denied on the basis of the procedure, precedent, the rules are here. Then you say we accept that? How does that work? So I just want to say to you, I'm not in the mood, and will never be in the mood to disrespect my colleagues, particularly very, very senior colleagues.
Let's take the final question for Chairman. What's on your mind now?
On my mind? What on my mind right now? The thing on my mind now is to ensure that this process, but anyone tell on my mind now? The first thing on my mind now is to ensure this matter is amicably resolved. What on my mind next one would be to ensure that there's a report as mandated by plenary from this committee in ensuring that this matter is amicably resolved, that all parties can resolve consistent with law, that all parties can feel satisfied that their best interest was protected consistent with law.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me say the last one here.
Okay.
Honorable Yeke felt disenchanted and walk away. Do you think you will accept any report from?
Except, we can speak to that. And you don't want to. I don't want to prehend the report of the committee. Do you know the report of the committee that you want to prehend? Assuming the committee said to plenary, this matter brought to our attention, and the pieces of evidence produced are not sufficient to honor the request of the complainant. Thereby, Honorable Yeke Koluba is hereby discharged and as a free man. Will you not accept that as well? I'm asking, will you reject that?
I'm here to ask you, sir.
So, I'm saying to you that you cannot predict what the outcome of the investigation will be until, like I said, there's a committee hearing schedule, recommendations will be brought forth, debate will be conducted, and at the end of the day, we will be voting based on recommendations one by one until we can have a conclusively concluded recommendation before the plenary.
Thank you so much. That is the voice of the Chair on Rules and Order and Administration of the House of Representatives. This is Rio TV, Truth FM. My name is Bill Yanlaman. I've been here since the beginning of...
That witness is sitting for their lawyer to be speaking for them. It is unprecedented.
Why did you accept the summation from the lawyer?
Pardon me?
Why did you accept their summation?
No, we did not accept the submission. I think you get it wrong. When the submission was made, the correction was provided. And let me say this to you. While we are trying to protect the law, that does not mean we do not coexist. Justice Johnny is my instructor. He's a senior legal luminary, led by Councilor Massacre.
And so good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on location where you join us from next time. You may wonder why I have this kind of smile on my face. One may say because Yeke Koluba have been expelled from the 55th National Legislature. No, I have this smile here tonight because my friend and brother, the one that I believe in, the one that he and I started this whole process together, that can run away from me. He just run away and go and hide himself. Only because of certain reason, he will hide himself. And all of a sudden, he would just pop up from nowhere. You would say, Junior, I'm in the back. You want to keep me in the back for the next 45 minutes before you bring me on. But guess what? this is a person that I trust. We discuss everything together. We do everything together. My friend and brother Mohammed Enze Dole is watching us this evening. Mohammed, welcome. I He's watching us from Minnesota. Mohammed, I hope I'm getting your state correct. Mohammed, welcome. Theophilus is also watching us this evening. Theophilus is watching us. Still welcome. I Say Dan is also watching us. A lot of things happening in Liberia today. Couple of things, and we're going to be discussing all of them. But the breaking news is that 9 representatives from Nima, those 9 representatives, 2 persons didn't vote for the removal of Representative Yaya Koluba, and those 2 folks are Representative Musa Hassan Bility of Electoral District 7, Nima County, and Representative Ta Ziwungwe of Electoral District 9, Nima County. They both didn't vote for the removal of Representative Yeke Koluba, the expulsion of Representative Yeke Koluba. And of course, a lot of people watching us. Before I go to Alfonso, let's keep Alfonso in the back. Let's hold him there and let's recognize all of you. And so I got it right. Mohammed Enza Dole is watching us from Minnesota, where Alfonso is seated this evening. And Mohammed, welcome to the show. Augusta C. Labla is also watching us this evening from Liberia. Prince M. Thomas is following us from Bone County, Salada. Prince, welcome to the show. Lawrence Kasser is also following us this evening. Lawrence, welcome to the show. You are highly recognized to us. But tell us in the comment section where you're following us from as we try to bring you all of the updates from across Liberia this evening. And you all know the major update is Representative Yeke Koluba of Electoral District 10, Montserrat County, has been expelled from the House of Representatives. We will bring you details of that story here tonight. And of course, we will have one of his former colleagues, Representative Koto Selmwe Kwagu, will be our guest here tonight on the show. Alfonso and I, we got some issue. I don't know whether that because of Koto appearance and why he came tonight, or it is because of Representative Yeke Koluba explosion and why he came. I will ask him. He will tell us why is it that he has been away for a very long time and he's coming today. Alfonso, let me not keep you in the back for a very long time. Welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief? Alfonso, are you there?
Thank you. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
You're not getting me. Let me take. Okay, you getting me, right?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the show. I know I've been following the show. The busy schedule has not been easy. That's why. And today I had to rest because my body was paining me. So I said, okay, let me rest today. So that's why you see me on the show. But I'll be, you know, I can't start anything without earning it. So I'm always with you guys.
No, I trust and believe in you. I know what you're doing, both in the United States of America and also in Liberia. I believe in your work. I know what you're doing in Liberia. I'm told about everything you're doing, and I'm very proud of you. It's great to have you on the show here this evening, Alfonso. But let's go to the major updates in Liberia. Let's go to the major update, and we'll come to you, and then we can start the conversation here tonight. Starting with this one, the Congress for Democratic Change (CDC) issues a fair, uncompromising condemnation of the dictatorial path of President Joseph Yuman Boakai, expel lawmakers who signed to remove Yeke Koluba. Now, the CDC says they disagreed with the removal of Yeke Koluba, and they allege that 49 of those lawmakers received the sum of 25,000 United States dollars to sign to remove Representative Yeke Koluba. That's according to them, allegedly. So maybe we might invite Jefferson Koji on the show here to verify those information. But the CDC further informs the public that all CDC lawmakers who allegedly took the 25,000 participated by signing a resolution to illegally remove Honorable Koluba are hereby expelled. So the men say their lawmaker receive money, so they are expelling them. And those people who have been expelled from the Honorable House of Representatives are Ava K. Jones of District 2, Margibi County. But this Ava man, I have a recording from him. Ava said to me this afternoon that he didn't sign on the paper. He didn't sign the resolution. So the information going around that he signed on the resolution is false. And when we spoke, he also posted on his Facebook page that he didn't sign the removal of Representative Yeke Koluba. Now, one of those people who also was expelled by the Coalition for Democratic Change for allegedly receiving a sum of $25,000 United States dollars was Julie Fatima Wie of District 2, Lofa County. Julie, according to the CDC, she received $25,000 to participate by signing a resolution to illegally remove Honorable Koluba. Another person who was also expelled by the CDC is Momo Siafa Pato of District 3, Lofa County. They say Momo was also expelled for the same allegation. Alexander Prod of District 1, River G County was also expelled by the Coalition for Democratic Change. And also the Chichipole Isaac Wu of District 2, River G County was also expelled. And Johnson S.M. Williams of District 3, River G County was also expelled. P. Mark Jury of Maryland County was also expelled by the CDC. That's the update from the Coalition for Democratic Change. And of course, we will bring you the names. Representative Koto Quagri is in the back. We will bring you the names of the representative who signed to remove Representative Yeke Koluba. Let's do that very quickly before we bring on Honorable Koto Sangwe Quagri. I know what happened on my own show tonight. I know what Alfonso doing. I know why Alfonso is here. So Alfonso left a pushing hour because of this. But let's bring you this information real quick. The representative who signed on the removal of Representative Yeke Koluba from Nima County. We are interested in Nima County. Honorable Samuel Brown of District 1, Nima County, he signed. Honorable Yan Flomo of District 2, Nima County, he also signed. Honorable Nenke G. Gay of District 3, he also signed to remove Yeke Koluba. Honorable Enes Masi of District 4 signed. Honorable Koto Sangwe Quagri of District 5, he also signed. Honorable Dorwan Glikia also signed. And of course, Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, he didn't sign on sign, according to them, on sign. Honorable Say Miani of District 8 signed. Honorable Tazi Wungwe of District 9 on sign. And we got one of those lawmakers who signed. You know, one of the people who signed. CEO, can you please ask my co-host why he appeared tonight?
So they co-host, but man, sit up, man. Co-host, you're not in your bedroom sleeping yet. Sit up.
No, I'm not laying now. I just in the chair, in the couch. No, I'm sitting straight though. It's just I lay down the store around sitting straight.
You saw the man bluffing today. You saw the man profile picture. That tells you were getting ready to count the show. Yeah, that picture there. But you know,
we're gonna bluff me that old photo.
Why is that a post today? But you know, it has been great. We are excited to be back. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thanks for holding the ground. As Mark Blanc can say, while we were away, we are here now. You know, this man coming on today because his favorite lawmaker, Honorable Koto Sangwe Quagri, is coming on. So there's no question about that. But tonight's show is going to be good because we have the honorable man who is part of the house.
My honorable man, my second speaker.
Yeah, that one. Y'all thought I would be.
And I trust you. And I trust you.
He already answered my call.
Don't be that one.
CEO,
Yes, sir.
Can we please expel Alfonso?
No, we can't expel Alfonso. Oh, is it what happened to when the CEO
he need to tell majority.
Oh, somebody said Theo is saying when I joined the volume drop. How true is that? Can you guys hear me?
Theo, Theo, please tell
I
us if
get
the
you.
volume is okay
No,
or
I tell you
not.
what, they follow us, our viewers.
Theo, if you are listening to us, please tell us in the comment section if the volume is okay or not. My friend and brother Chris Lee, my man, I changed your
My
name.
question is your lip getting red on.
Well, I
You
just
were
said,
first
Chris,
way. You were first way.
Chris, I changed your name. I changed your name to the ambassador. Yeah,
okay,
you can be changing your name already.
this is okay. This is okay now. The volume is okay, but it's great to be back. Seriousness, you guys had a really great show yesterday. We have had wonderful lineup. We have my brother Siku Kalasco, who actually watching the show tonight. He was on, and then we have Honorability yesterday. It was a fiery show, and then even though I missed it, but it was a really good show. And tonight we're having again my own lawmaker from District 5. He will be here tonight, and then tomorrow we have another great guest again on Saturday. So from now to Sunday, it's going to be really, really good lineup from now to Sunday. As far as Monday. So we have a great lineup. But thank you so much. Thanks to Chris and everyone else for coming on. I know we had a lot of panelists yesterday, and we hope that they all come to join us. As I do every day when I come on here, I thank our followers all the time. Because if it was not our followers, we won't be where we are. The people leave their busy schedule, they put their data in their phone and everything to come and follow the Heat Hour on PKS TV. So we owe it to them to always acknowledge their presence and also to say thank you to all of them that are watching. I know we can't call them by names, but again, thanks, guys. We look forward to having a wonderful show.
Thank you, CEO. Theophilus Philip is watching us this evening. Gontopo Noah is also watching us from Monrovia. Takpo Kwanu is also following us this evening. Mohammed Dole is also watching us. J. Magby Dan is watching us from Bonneville Community in the West Point area. Marvin, welcome to the show. Now, the guest is here, so I beg you guys, I will not go for your intro and all of that. This is Honorable Representative Koto Kwagu. Let me try to work on the name, and then we will go to him. Yeah, Koto my man. So when I know Koto is my man, just in case you don't know. Representative Koto of Electoral District 5, Nima County. Good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing? Now are you guys hearing him?
No, Honorable, we're not hearing you.
Yeah, I think your network having issue. See you. Maybe you can try to get to him. My friend and brother Chavez Kazon Miete Batua is watching us from Wamagana in East Africa, Rwanda.
Okay, I think you can get him on.
Okay, great. Kwagu, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing from your end, Chief? Yeah. CEO, please call him. I'm kicking him out of.
He's working it, as you can tell. Somebody's in the back there helping him.
Yeah. Please get to them and let's see if we can work on that. Kelvin Lama is watching us from Wamagana. Kelvin, welcome. Fred and Koto Sindley is watching us on Dupont Road in Peninsula Community outside Monrovia. Kelvin, welcome. It's 23 minutes past 8 o'clock in Liberia, 23 minutes past 10 o'clock in Rwanda, East Africa, where I sit this evening. Chris, a lot of things happen in Liberia. The reason why I'm keeping my co-host back is that he and I, we might have the same opinion, or we might not. So let me keep him back, and we come to you. What's your take on the explosion of Representative Yeke Koluba? As a patriotic citizen, they won't believe in the rule of law, not as a sedition, a UPist, CMC partisan, ANC partisan, but as a patriotic citizen. And I want to hear, oh, the person did this to the CDC. No. Let me hear you as a patriotic citizen. Was it right or wrong? If yes, why? And I want to say this, be very careful with your thought tonight because you own your own opinion. Whatever you say here, you own your own opinion. If you go contrary, they will come for you and not the platform and not the CEO, not Junior. So be aware of that.
Thank you. You know, we've been in the vanguard, so anything we say, we are responsible for it. You know, it's a good message, but for the wrong messenger. Yeah. Yaka issue is a good message, but the wrong messenger. Why am I trying to say this? Junior, if you look at the paradox that brought United Party to power, the dance with the devil. I'm not surprised today. When President Bouakai said he would dance with the devil to come to power, he'll do anything. I'm not surprised the decision they took today. Yesterday, Yeke was a dining ball. They were in bed with Yeke yesterday. That's what I said, good message from the wrong messenger. What they did today, if this could have happened 6 years ago, they could have said different thing about it. Today, Yeke issue is an insult to our democracy. It's a disrespect to freedom of speech. In which some of us will say we have fear. Because the Constitution, Article 38, is clear. Give them a due process. What due process according to Yeke Kuruwa? No. No. What is the motive behind the removal of Yeke? What the rush? Because that was the only thing on the agenda today. If you look at the whole agenda, the only thing on the agenda was the report from the rules and all of. So what is the big deal? What is the issue behind Yeke removal? But again, I would say a lot of people who senator to the removal on the Yeke.
You know, man, our guest is here.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Ambassador Chris Seli, the ambassador from Tapeta to Minnesota. Chris, let's hold you there. Representative Carter Quagga, good evening, Chief.
Good evening. How you doing?
There you go.
I'm doing wonderful. How you doing this evening, my boss?
Yeah. Hello.
Will somebody please talk and let's see whether the honorable will hear you.
Chief,
I'm getting you clear.
He can hear
I'm
you.
getting you clear. I'm getting you clear.
The honorable is getting me very clear, Gio.
Yeah, maybe he is. The delay is from my end. I think that's what I'm suspecting.
Probably.
I think it's from and yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so see you can start
So
with
just
him.
go in and then come back.
Okay, let me do that.
Welcome to the show, my personal honorable gentlemen. Y'all excuse me, because this is our honorable from our district. So when I call him an honorable, no pun intended. Welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing today? How's everything going?
That's so get honorable there. We'll fight on our honorable man.
Chief, you can hear me, right? Oh my God!
Honorable said.
I want this to your family. I want to have to internet.
Yeah, this man.
No, minority black hijacking the honorable internet. He's actually trying to join us.
I think that's a network.
He's really trying to do. I think the two companies in Liberia are not doing him justice tonight. Augustus C. Labla is watching us. My Papa Pinkman is also watching us this evening. Sidiki Toure is also following us on Camplay. Durabe is also following us. Dixon
You need to learn how to pronounce the African name of this. I think it's Dogbete. Dogbe.
That's why you the doyen now. So as a doyen, when I do certain mistake, you come in to correct me. Dogbe is watching us this evening. I Dixon Wanyan Dogbe say the government is mature. So Chris, take your time, okay? If you want us to preach politics, declare. Chris, over to you now, my chief. Let's preach politics.
Yeah, thank you. So I remain consistent with my point that are good message from the wrong messenger. Because the
Are you the wrong messenger?
the unit party and the lawmaker on the day today are the wrong messenger.
Okay, great. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the issue there is I'm not a supporter of Yeke. If you follow me on social media, I've been one of the critics of Yeke. Because I condemned it yesterday. It could be repeated today.
Do you think the explosion of Yaga Koluba is legal?
It's not legal. It's how the politically motivated.
Why?
There's an issue, right? Our constitution called a due process. If you're charging a man for whatsoever, I think the police, why they can't cover Yeke arrest today?
But there are three branches. Akami, Chris. There are three branches of government. You got the executive, you got the judiciary, and you got the legislature. And these are separate branches of government that have their own rules, but they are coordinated. So the rules of the legislature now say, oh, somebody from the legislature can go to the police first.
Yeke,
Chris,
Guillaume, it's a first kind of people like Bureau that the house will go collect petition from the somebody on the street. You saw the issue of Yeke issue, right? When they appeared before the I'm coming because it's where the issue came from, right? When Yeke appeared with a legal team, there was letter read. The committee were presiding this there, right? They received communication of somebody from district number 10 on Yeke issue. My issue here is my point is
thank you, Chris, thank you.
Yeah,
Let's hold you there. I think the representative is very good now. No, welcome.
thank you very much.
Good. Very good we have you here. Can you speak to the people of Booyah in the vernacular because the show is relay so they can hear you say, oh, we got our lawmaker on the radio tonight?
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Radio BK la gben eto obieda apeto asi o seka zuopo eto po ne ya buya ba TV da na ma ka kosa gbogbo nima eto po ka dikun aka doku asemu aka doku ka mi o la ibe wa dan nima me pie de pe po pa za saro da no kwara si o kwara ziura so me ka buya aka zuopo va ka sa ka lo me ka abi zuopo zanu ekwa yokaka kwa commissioner no azuopo tanchi no azuopo paramount chino zone chino you no asa azuopo so akazuopo vadu.
You know how much you now spend there? 150 United States dollars. I set you up. So 150 United States dollars, we will get to you without bill. But anyways, welcome. That was just a joke. Welcome to the show on our quad group. How you doing this evening, Chief?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much, Mr. Pili.
Now, let's start from your district, Booyah. Then we will come to the national issue and all of that. You've been doing a screaming work in Booyah. We've been seeing all of your development initiative in the district of late. Tell us, what is the status of the rural rehabilitation in the district? Give us a general overview of that. Let's start from there.
Okay, the first phase we started from Yagblude, and we completed it from to the Buto border, Doba, and the first phase we spent 71 days from Yagblude to Buto. We spent 71 days, and we are now on Nikwea Road now. We started from Banway Junction. We're almost to Dempley. So today they didn't work because there was a little electrical fault. So I told them to park because we're busy today in our section. So by Monday, I'm sending the mechanic. So Monday they will kick off again. So our dream is to connect all part of Booyah We may not have the money, but we believe some of y'all and some of our brother then the diaspora, the DK there, and other people will cry on them to help. So I believe that one person will not build Booyah. All of us can build Booyah. So I don't want to be that leader who believe that, look, when somebody is coming up with development, you're intimidated by that development. No. So the first phase, we actually spend money. We spent a serious money from Yao Blue to Boot. It was a challenging situation. And we spent 71 days. 2 yellow machines worked there 71 days. Was not easy. So the money spent was even above what we thought we would spend. And we choose not to slow down because it is a duty we are here to do. So now we are on the second phase of the road.
Thank you. Thank you. The road connectivity will stick on it for now before we go to other issue. Douba is the last town in Africa Coast that connect to Butuo, which is in Liberia, and those two places have a river between them. How do you intend to connect these two these two countries together in order to ease the trading between the two countries? Because I saw the road project is stopped at the river, and you say you are going to another place in the district. I don't know whether you will be doing the bridge. So I want to ask you tonight, will you be connecting Butuo and Africa Coast?
So the issue with cross-border bridge is not with representative. It's not even with Liberia.
But the roads you are doing is not also your initiative, Chief.
So I think you got to give me a chance because this is media that people will understand. There are some people not understand, and you need to understand as well. When it comes to bridge between two countries, President Joseph Boakai can do it. It's not possible. You have 50% right on our river, and Africa got 50% right. Even the ferry that there now, when United Nations were here, the citizens of Butuo talk with the United Nations to build our ferry. Our friend refused. And they didn't do it. To build our bridge between Africa and Butuo, it got to be the connections of two countries. Involving the ambassador, both ambassador, involving the president. Because when you build our bridge, it got two things connected. It got security threat. It also have a tax generator. If you build our bridge, you give it direct access to Africa Coast. So the African government with Liberia government will join to do that work. Thank God that we are on ECOWAS and we are the Monorail Union. So what we too can do is, as a representative, we have to lobby with our colleagues in the Capitol building and also sit with the president. And the president will have to do communications to the president of Africa Coast. And the president of Africa will have to send delegations. And you're going to be approved. And then they will decide how the money will be paid. Whether Liberia is willing to take the initiative or Africa is willing to take the initiative. So not just a lawmaker, my right as a representative into that creek, that river. Now,
so
if the river was just within Booyah, I got direct authority. The one that is in BLA, as we speak, I'm going to Booyah this week to see how I can start that gap bridge. Because I found road that I built, I'm seeing that gap bridge is trying to disconnect. But then that road will be in vain if I don't do that at my level. I can no longer do law bridges. I did that when I was campaigning, telling the people when I come, I will do this. And gap bridge is 96 feet by 32 feet. Huge money. They want to consume not less than $60,000 United States dollars. But again, at my level, I can't do wooden bridges any longer. No matter how high it is, I will call other brothers like you, even on Okoga, almost all the lawmakers will invite them and speak to them, and you can help me. So the issue with Africa border, I once sat with the vice president and I told him, Chief, Booyah is one of the bread basket. The road from Secretariat straight to Ivory Coast border is built. It will help boost our economy. And I think we're working around there. Hopefully, the next budget, even they can take the first one from Secretariat to.
Come on, Lone Star, Company, Orange. You guys need to do well, man. I hope it's not from my end.
Once the Alpha pavement reach to the border, it will draw the attention of Africa president and that of Liberia president to have one understanding that our bridge will be built. You see, the example I want to tell you, what happened in Lofa, there's a treaty. Any water between two countries belongs to two of them. So because Liberians were mining on our side, based on some local people perception from the Guinean side, giving full information to the government and look, they are mining diamond, they are mining day, see what happened there today. So it's a negotiation process. As a new lawmaker like me, I can sit on the radio to just promise unless all of the negotiation is done.
Thank you. You know, we want to keep the Lofa issue aside because a lot of training information about it. So we want to keep it there for now. And let's discuss Buyao at first, and we will go to the other issue. I like the way you answer the question. I don't know about it. The people of Buyao don't know about it because they trade in Ivory Coast. Ivorians also trade in Butuo. So we have that kind of cordial relationship. And the road going to stop at the river there, and there were no bridge. People will ask questions. So I have to ask you that question. That's why I asked. Now, the road from Secretariat to Butuo, you just mentioned about it. You say will be in the next budget. I want to ask you this. Did they
I don't say will be in the next budget. I sat with the vice president and I explained it to him. He said, "Because the first thing we can do is to speak to the president and do phase one from Secretariat to Ban. So when it is done, it means we can say speak to the president to continue. Because tomorrow
let me
next budget can
Thank you. Let me ask you this. The yellow machine is about to enter the country. What is your relationship with the Public Works Ministry to see how best some of these machines?
Come again, speak number 8.
What is your relationship with? Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Great. I was asking, what is your relationship with the Public Works Ministry to see how best that some of these machines that are coming into the country, they can be deployed into Buyao to connect the farm and market roads, because you as a representative, you cannot do it alone.
So it's not about connection with Public Works. The machine that can make a system, and the system is in place. Every contest is a sign with a set with a flare on it. When those machines are like NIMA alone have 2 sites. There's a budget allocated, and they're going to build all of the sites, do all of the electricities everywhere, employ. Then NIMA can NIMA. Now, the yellow machines in NIMA, the 2 set of machines that will go NIMA, you have a set, they will divide those districts in citrate district, divided by citrate district. They will start working. And what we representatives have decided to do is the major road are connected, all of those NIMA, we should be challenging first. Assuming the road are coming from District 4, it come from all the way District 4, a tour in a whole of District 4 and enter Goma Play. Then you shoot it to Blanc-Tour, it enter Butuo. You shoot it to Café Tanguye, Café Gle, Tiaple, Glade, you appear Newtown, straight to Tapeta or Gray. Now, the road are leading from Bon County a passing from Palala, hitting the Tapetan Bell, you connect it. The road are leading from the Boer Belt all the way to District 2. The major road that will connect all part of Nima, that when you on a side of Nima, you want to go to the place, you need to go Ganta before you go. So we challenge the first road. We're not doing it because at my time, we got to work in unity and make sure and connect all Nima. When Nima is connected, then we started hitting the farm to market road. So we're going to work together.
Great. Alfonso, I got you. Now, this will be my last question, and I want us to stick to District 5 before we go to the national issue. The national issue will be the last one for us to discuss. Then we can come to the other thing, because most of the things you do in the district, the people might not know about them, or they are not seeing you. So you are here tonight to discuss about them. Let me take you to the health sector. You guys passed the budget. What was in the budget for the health sector in the district, from the one in Burley to the one in Butu? What was in that budget for the people?
Okay. Before I could, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Before I could come in as a representative, the budget preparations are started. And I was not a representative when the budget preparations started. I saw something I felt very bad.
What was it?
But as a leader, you can't speak on it unless you face it. But I got to touch it small. Buyao got several health centers, but they have never been captured in a national budget. On a serious note. Some hospitals are captured in other counties, in other districts. What we have in Buya is more bigger than it. But it beat my imagination that Buya, none of our health sectors have been captured. So before I could be elected as a representative, all of the preparation have gone on, and it was just for budget hearing. When I got re-elected, 1 month later, it was budget hearing. And when it comes to budgets, you can't change anything at that movement, but you can write for next budget hearing. So I wrote about the Zoga Medical Center, and the budget came to all. And I see nothing for Butru, and I see nothing for Blule, and I see nothing for all that thing. Even from the day Buya got elected up to current, besides Zoga Medical Center, they are there for a few times, they cut it off, and small subsidy go to county health thing. But in all, when it comes to county health thing administration, Buya benefited something great this year. They are building a huge health center in Biaratu under this administration.
With Biaratu.
Biaratu, and it's very huge. It's a donor funding. But because Buya are not captured, by the grace of God, let me appreciate the county health thing. So they capture Biaratu. What they are doing Biaratu is very great. So if that one is done and completed, because they are late, I went there the other time, they were doing painting and tile laying. That one will be directly function and sponsored by government and the donor funding. So far, so good. Under this administration, that was what we benefited. And let me appreciate the county health thing and the health minister. But from the legislative point of view, we did not. So it is my responsibility now to join hands with colleagues when the preparation of the budgets is coming. Out of this team, I will speak it out. Now, I wrote 2 communications. One was for Zoga Medical Center budget, and one was for Biple Technical Buya Vocational School in Biple. Now, when you write things like that, it sounds like a bill. You have to go to the committee room, and when you spend more than 3 months plus in the committee room, you have to write the star petition. Meaning, what I wrote before, bring it back to the floor to discuss it. Because it have to be in a committee room. What they did, they sent in a committee room for 3 weeks. Now, when you exceed 3 weeks, then you got to wait. And wait for 3 months. After 3 months, then you write the star petition. So the two communications, I wrote the health center in Buya, which is the Zoga Medical Center, and more beside the technical vocational school that I wrote about. When we come back, after this identical setting will on when we return, I want to write two the star petition for the two communications, and I will bring it back on floor for discussion. When the one with the technical vocational institution, it will be put into vote. And then you have to work with your police. When it passes, it becomes law. The government will have to do it. Once it passes, the Senate to Senate, it becomes law. Meaning, the government is responsible now to build a technical vocational school. Not by begging, it becomes law. The good side of the story is when the vice president was a senator, he was building two huge health centers in Butu and that of Blue. Now that this identical week, all the work is kicking up, the roofing process is about to go on now. And then when those jobs are done, once it captures under those government projects, immediately it will be captured under Ministry of Finance and they will finance it. Then Buya will benefit. So all of those communications I wrote, I know one may ask, what becomes of the communication? They are there and you got to give it 3 months. After 3 months, you write the star petition. That's what we are on. So we don't forget. But with a budget year, Booyah did not benefit directly from the budget, but they are benefiting from the health budgets.
Thank you. Let me make a follow-up to that. I like the way you're responding to the question with what. Now, Booyah didn't benefit from the budget, but we got all of the other health centers in the district. The government allocates money to the counties. Are you advocating with the county administration to see how best they can send something to those health centers so that the citizen can benefit, at least our pregnant women, our baby mothers can benefit from that?
100% yes. Under the county administration, they can't leave any health center off. Every health center can be touched. That is
Thank
clear.
you. Now this
centers, even as we speak, they are done everything they are about to do the renovation of Blue Health Center. As we speak, Blue renovation is on one way. So almost all of the health centers in our district that have work to be done, they will do it, and we are working with them. So the health, that's why I said, let me appreciate the county health team because they are actually working.
Thank you. This will take us to the next communication, the next topic, and then all of the panelists will ask. They will go to Booyah, they will do everything. The plenary of the House of Representatives have mandated a joint committee.
Hold on a second. Are we going across the board now to have others ask? Or
yes.
Different topic?
No, we're going across the board. I just wanted to lay this premise that we can go across the board with that.
Okay.
The plenary of the House of Representatives has mandated a joint committee led by the Committee on Investment and Commission alongside the committees on land mines and energy, public accounts, and hydrocarbon to conduct a comprehensive probe into financial and operational activities of B Mountain Mining Corporation. The decision followed a communication from District 5, Representative Koto Selmwe Kwadru of Nima County. Honorable Koto, do you care to give us a little information, a detailed information about this, your communication?
Yes. First, let me say thank you very much. One thing I do understand is that the world we live in today was just forest and desert. Only forest and desert. There was nothing here. And we all came to life. God gave us 5 senses. And God gave us the natural resources. The natural resources, they make the management of the natural resources make your country to be built or your country be left behind. The country like Dubai in the 60s, it was just a desert. When the oil was discovered, the ruler of Dubai, the way they put their system together without corruption, today Dubai is where every Liberians or African want to go trade and come back.
Well, I think the owner was having a network problem. When we
If
come
from my
back,
side, if from my side, like from my side, I
mhm.
didn't call that come. Michelle, please sit that
Okay.
side, I think. Okay. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Michelle, do
Wait, but who
okay.
bring Dan
So
on the show?
in India, in India,
Okay.
come again.
Go ahead, Chief.
So in DR Congo, Congo is the richest country on earth. Under her belly, it got 32 point some more trillions of mineral. It got a diamond, it got a copper, it got a uranium, it got a gold. But Congo is poor because the way they manage their resources. Today in Liberia, we got diamond, we got gold, we got iron ore. And one thing I know is that this material can finish. And not like crude oil, like water, no.
They are
If we have
non-renewable
concession
resources.
agreement. Yes. When we got concession agreement, for me as a representative, what I'm so concerned about is what will benefit Liberia. I'm not concerned about investors that are coming, you trust yourself, you did all your plus and manner, and you are here. So I'm here to talk for Liberian people and talk for we are people. So I understand that the reason I wrote that communication, number one, the construction side, the affected community. I understand that all the MOU, the agreement with B Mountain and those living in our concession area, they are not being treated fairly in terms of the MOU. More bizarre, I want to know how this MOU is signed because from my own research, in Africa, the mining company is giving 5% to government, Guinea 5%, Burkina Faso 5%, Ghana 8 to 10%. Let's watch South Africa. But B Mountain is giving on 3%. Yes, it was legal. Was this being done legally?
Well, Representative Quarter Quagre is here tonight. Representative Quarter Quagre is a representative of Electoral District 5, Nema County. He joined us here tonight on the show to discuss national issues. After here, we'll hold Alfonso in the back. We go to the CEO to ask his question. After the CEO, we'll go to Alfonso to DK to see what the grace. My brothers, Dan Kwan.
Am I there? Okay. Okay. Am I live?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yeah, I think they keep calling him.
I hear you too. That's not a call, of course.
Yeah, they keep calling him. That's why. So
no, and I call. I don't know. Am I there now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so B Mountain get Liberia 3%. So we as a representative, we are your representation. And we want to know all of the MOU that should come with all of that document as to whether all of what is written in the MOU have been done by the people, whether Liberia is benefiting, and from the pronouncement made by the management of B Mountain, based on the calculation, the kilo of gold they take from Liberia from B Mountain annually is 1.62 billion. If you do your own calculations, the 3% to Liberia is 29 million. Now, we're asking the LRA to come with all necessary documents, whether this amount have been received by Liberia annually. You understand what I'm saying? They will come with that document. The 1.62 billion mineral that have been taken annually, the 3% will be around 49 million. If LRA come and we do reconciliation, and we compare LRA record with B Mountain record, that they say 1.6 billion they are take, the 49 million that need to be coming to Liberia have come continuously. Bravo. We also ask the socials responsibilities of V Mountain to the federal community, whether it's happening regularly, then we're okay. Then we will also, me particularly, will also ask questions. Why other countries around Africa are doing 5%, you're doing 3%? Is that because you're doing so many deep mountain and expenses too high? If the answer is
Representative Kwato Quagri is our guest here tonight on the Heat Hour program. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue in our confrontation. We say words in our bullet. The Heat Hour comes your airway every Monday through Sunday, beginning at 8 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Liberia time. The show has been relayed on Voice of BK as in Buto Town, Electoral District 5, Nema County, and goes on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Electoral District 6, Nema County. Maybe we need to ask the representative to be brief with the answer.
John, man, you tell the honorable you should be coming to me. You see how the man never tripping? The man will receive money today to impeach Yeke.
Man, that's the allegation. Sarah, I beg you there. Let's not go there. I beg you, Sarah. Honorable, can you be brief with your responses so that we can go to the other panelists? Honorable Quagri, are you there?
so before I can conclude on my response, I want to let Brother Sarah to know that this city
No.
it can destroy
Chief.
Nigeria.
Chief.
The example
Chief.
is Rwanda.
No, let him man talk, man.
The example is Rwanda. No, well, let me talk. Let me don't hold me. The example is Rwanda. You are a young man. That Liberia can depend on tomorrow. The reason they put you on a platform is that they believe that you can analyze enough, you do research enough. So a statement from you is granted. When you want to put a statement, the reason for a young man like me, I'm representing my district, is that from the day I started, I never put any sweeping statement out. Anything I put out, I'm responsible. Why you say it's not truth? It will destroy my character. There are no instances I can tell you that I receive money to receive a Kekorowa. So as a journalist or a panelist, say things that people find, because from where you say today, you can be leader for Liberia, you can be president, you can be representative. Anybody might say, when that guy was on this show, this is what he said, and this is what he do. So I like for you to watch what you say, because you are a citizen, and I'm a citizen, and I'm not just a citizen, but a representative. Anything you say against me, people will use it against me. Have you confirmed from me or from any bank or from any source that I receive money? No, the allegation is free. You need to watch your talk. I own your show. But firstly, accusing me will not help you. What I'm doing in Booyah now is my own money. I was doing it before. So I just hold you there.
Thank you. You know, the reason why I try to stop you is that
that's why we invite the people. Let me just be brief, because I know other people will speak.
Go ahead, Chief. Be brief with your responses so the other people can ask you a question. Well, I don't know what is going on. But if you rejoin us, I beg you, Sarah, my brother, let's keep the allegation aside. Let's engage the issue with facts. You're my very good brother, a very good learner colleague of mine. You know what it is to accuse somebody without facts and evidence. And I want us to engage the conversation here tonight with the facts. You can ask him why he voted against the conversation. You can ask him if he can give us a constitutional backing of why he voted Yeke out to be expelled. And we can have a conversation on that. But to just throw a blanket statement out there as to whether he received money or not, if you got any evidence on that, you can send it to me. We will fire it on the show here. We don't take any side with anybody. We can fire it on the show tonight if you got any other evidence with you. But I want us to have a conversation with facts and evidence so that we can inform our followers as to what is happening across the country. The issue at Yeke is a trending issue, and let's engage with facts. See, when the representative come, we'll go over to you. we can't wait for him to end his statement because of the network situation. But if you come, we go over to you, you ask your questions, and we go to the co-host. The co-host is in Liberia, the network good. And after Sarah, we'll go to Deacon and the rest of the folks. So, I mean, while we stay and wait the lawmaker to join, I think somebody in the back, I don't know who it is, it's Aman Brooks. While we stay and wait the lawmaker to join, Alfonso, what's your take on the removal of Yeke?
Alfonso way.
Why, when we call Alfonso, you see a representative, you jump in.
Alfonso way.
Welcome, Honor Kwagu, I beg you, even though we have you here for tonight, please be brief with your response so we can go to the other panelists.
Well, we here with the honorable.
Yeah.
Honorable, you have all the time to answer the question.
So I may be brief, but you not understand what you ask for now.
Go ahead, you got all the time.
We just need a time for the honorable. That's for me. That's what I see. He should just be ready to be with us tonight.
Yeah, honorable, you can answer the way you want to answer. We will not cut you off. Yeah. You are just the network giving problem as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the network situation, not the time, because he keep breaking in and we will not have a full conversation.
So you can go to the other people, let them ask. Since
that's what I'm saying. Maybe he can be brief with the answer, and we go to the other people across. Not to stick with one answer and then.
Dion said data to give him.
No, maybe if you don't bring that thing to me, my man.
Alfonso, welcome.
Mami's son is watching us from Ganta City, Nima County. Kelabo Gonglo says, Honorable historical precedent is critical in politics. All removal of political change as per legislators in Liberia have been endorsed by the executive. Anyways, Honorable, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I will listen to the question. I just tripped.
Yeah, he will listen to the question. So
I would have a question.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. CEO, go ahead.
That was another question. You know.
CEO, let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to pass my questioning to the next person, and then later I will ask if I have question. I'll ask.
Okay, let's go to Cyrus. We want to take the Liberians guys first because of the network. Cyrus, let's hear you, Chief. You have two questions. Great. Cyrus is having an issue. Let's go to Amma. Amma, good evening and welcome to the show. Let's hear you, even though you came late, but let's give you the preference.
Thank you. You know, the kind of leg that we have, you can't be still, how you call it, you can't trust it. Just today, they decide to bring in Barantes and will be going off to it. So that is the LEC situation. But a few weeks ago, our brothers then were saying that LEC problem is solved. There's a big share, one of the biggest lie to the Liberian people. Having said that, let me appreciate the fast growing and the best working lawmakers so far from Nima County when it comes to development. Second to Honorable Musa Hassan Belete, Honorable Koto Kwaku. You know, Honorable Kwaku, for me, thank you for beating all ups and ensuring that you deliver development to your people. What you are doing in a very short period of time, the way you are catch up with issues in the legislature, it is quite mind-blowing. Because things that people take years to learn, you are taking few months and you are coping with almost everything when it comes to participation in the legislature on the legislative floor. You are top-notch. When it comes to development, meeting your people needs, you are very much top-notch. When it comes to accessibility to your people, I see you all of the time with your people, you and your team, you drive the same car to work and back home. That is great of you. It's on our quarter on.
No, you're talking to
yourself. I don't want to ask my question. Then when he come by, he say he don't hear me.
Okay, yeah, you can go ahead. You were just praising him, acknowledging him of all the good things he has done. So go straight to your question.
The man on the single
Very
And you want to sing praises? Then let me ask my question.
No, go ahead,
No,
it's
no.
your turn. Go ahead,
I'm not
Amma.
speaking praises, but actually he has captured. That is a fact. I was just saying the obvious, not praises. I find it difficult to sing praises. I was just saying the fact that Kwagu, and he is not my partisan anyway. So for me to praise him is just the fact what he is doing. In less than no time, in less than 1 year in the legislature, he can participate more than Sam Brown, who has spent almost how many years. That is a fact. In less than no time, he has road development going on in a district. It is a fact. I don't think that is precious. That is obvious thing he's doing. I just try to acknowledge it. But on our core group, what is your stand on the border issue at Solomon? Because as we speak now, you have more than 5,000 Liberians that cannot do their farming in this critical farming period. As we speak to you, one of the biggest rice producing company in Liberia, which is based in Poya and in Solomon Bell, the Makona rice producing company.
So are you getting me?
They have shut down this Makona rice producing company employ more than 1,000 locals on their project. What is your stand? How, as we have the draft supplementary budget before you, what is your plan to improve border security and national defense? Question number one.
Okay, the first thing, the issue with security, are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Go ahead, Chief. Well, Representative Kwagris. Gentlemen, I beg you, let's just go to the question so that he will be able to answer them. Then we go to the other panelists because even my man, I found so tying your face now. We need to go to other people. The network is not giving chance, so let's just go straightly to the question. When he comes, let's go straightly to the question, and then he will be able to answer them. After Amma, we will go to Sarah. Sarah's to a fan, so I'm going to share with you and the rest of the folks. 11 minutes past 9 o'clock in Liberia, Representative Kwato Selmwe Kwagris, our guest tonight on the Heat Hour program. And the show has been relayed on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nima County, Electoral District 6, and on Voice of BKS in Butu Town, Electoral District 5, Nima County. Well, while we still wait the honorable man to join us, Alfonso, let me come over to you. What's your take on the explosion of Representative Yeke Kolubat today?
Well, let me say hi to all of you down there, my Messiah, Cyrus, and other guys. But John, the first thing we got to look at our constitution before we bring down other guilty verdict or verdict against anybody in the country. And so sometimes we want to put our view on, we rely on some of those constitutional provision that has to do with the Article 76A and Article 42. You know, the act of Yeke itself, a warrant expulsion. So if they expel Yeke from the house, as the procedure that they're supposed to follow, if they follow the procedure rightly, then they are right to expel Yeke. Because Yeke's attitude was against the state. So he needed to have been expelled from the house. In fact, Yeke said supposed to be arrested before being expelled. But the security, they don't want any tension in the country. That's why they just left that whole thing with the legislature. If you make statement that have propensity to bring about trouble into the country, security border issue, then there's no need.
You can send me a WhatsApp number, me call WhatsApp. Okay, I did clear now.
Yeah, pause. There you go ahead.
I can call WhatsApp.
Go ahead, we're getting you.
I can call
We're
WhatsApp.
hearing you. Are you hearing us?
All right. So he asked for the He asked for the border.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing, you getting me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The first thing, the issue with Guinea border and Liberia need to be handled with care. In a sense that Guinea and Liberia, they are neighboring countries. And you see, when it comes to country leadership can change at all times. You remember several presidents have been president for Guinea and Liberia got no issue. And we also want to know that the person who is there today is a military president, a military leader. He just got elected just recently, but military leadership was going on. We Liberians just came from war, and we're trying to rebuild. Other people don't even know what they call war in their country, and they don't know the effect of war. You who know the effect of war, and somebody who are not going to war, when you're coming to cross-border thing, you got to be careful because, mind you, we are started from 0 and we're somewhere around 10 to 15. With our properties in Ganta, Monrovia, Liberia, everywhere. So we didn't handle it with care. But going forward, Liberia need to understand that the conflict in the war is getting too much. We need to increase our defense budget. We need to increase our security budget. That will make sure that we got so many Liberians being trained into army to defend Liberia, shoot in case. We are not praying for that. But again, when it comes to leadership, most of these things you can't say it on public. That's why when it comes to security hearing, we don't allow journalists in, but we are working behind the scene to see how we can strengthen our border as a leader. Thank you.
Thank you. Amma, please go to your next question very quick, my brother.
Thank you, Gian, our great host. And on our Pablo, like we said, you are always active in the heart of Parliament. This is our second question to you as we wrap up. In the midst, we believe that it is your constitutional right to vote the Yeke out. I'm one person that do not like the Yeke and Prophet style of politics. They have bad influence to our society. But there is this misconceptions and there is this rumors in the public that each and every lawmaker who signed onto that resolution received 25,000. Is this true or not? What can you say about that allegation on our cargo?
Thank you. I think maybe he will rejoin us. Wait, gentlemen, can we have him via WhatsApp? Can we do that? TK.
I think
It will be okay.
yeah, because Gian, before you come on the live here, you should make sure that your internet is very strong. Secondly, again, if you are using your phone, and then stop all of the local calls. Not disturb, but once you are using your phone and a local calls is coming, you will see interruption.
You know fully well about the network in Liberia. Amma, you know about the network in Liberia, how it operates. So we can't blame him for that. Maybe if I could make a recommendation, he can buy Starlink. But let me try to get him on the WhatsApp, and we can ask all of our questions to him. But before then, Afonso, over to you, Chief.
Yeah, John, I was just saying something about our constitution, the tracing up part, and how Yeke was expelled. I feel for me personally, his expulsion was right. He need to be expelled from that place because of his statement made. And not against his insult and other things. That one is in country. But when we discussing something that border between Liberia and other countries, and he come with all kind of messages or speech putting out there, it will instigate the tension more. It will cause other problem in our society, even in our country. Taking side with other nations, when you took oath, the very constitution you're talking about, you took oath under that constitution to protect the country and the sovereignty of the country, and you going against that sovereignty of that country, he's tracing up. So he's supposed to, at the moment he pronounced that particular statement on Spoon TV, he was supposed to be, called by the state security to answer more questions and present the document he was talking about. But they renege on it until those guys, were recalled to call for that, which I think the security in our country like to delay with issue. For me, on the security part, they did wrong. They like to delay with issue. Yaka, I was saying they're supposed to apprehend me. So I don't know where John went. Are they connecting, right? So
Go ahead, Alfonso. You're making your point. I think
yeah.
John
So
trying to connect the honorable. Yeah.
okay. So article one, the article section says it talk about tracing when you are against the country, attempting or maybe want to subvert the constitution, but for the word subvert me maybe to how they call it, taking side with the country enemy. Like for instance, what he did. So the impunity side, me now impunity now the immunity they have as a lawmaker. He feel that nothing can happen to them. They can say anything at any time. But remember, everything you say as a lawmaker, you got another. You have to have conscience. You got to know that you took oath. You can't say anything that will put a country into another predicament. For me, being there as a lawmaker, it's sorry to say, it's just a useless money, a waste of money. Let me just say that, waste of resources, because you just pretend people put in there to make some good input, but Jacka is not making any input since we are there. When we are there, you will just go carry Jesse and make a top pile of things all around, insulting the president, saying this, saying that. Then this president can say, okay, I will not in favor. We are not in. I call it, we are not in my favor. So now I put my own president there. It become the same thing. Then let's take that for granted. Say, okay, now no more politicking. For now, coming when Liberia in a kind of classic with Ebola issue and you making no kind of statement, even telling us that the president of that country is your friend, personal friend. You are taking national security issue to your personal friend. It should be, I wasn't apprehended. I don't know what it was taking me over there up to this time. So I don't know why people will have problem with Yeke removal, talking about due process, and when he accepted letter to go to his colleagues and left the place because he felt like a lawyer should he took that place to be court, that a lawyer will go and talk for him. In the legislature, lawyer don't talk for you in that place. They only guide you what to say, but they don't talk for you.
Thank you. We are still trying to get on our Quagro on the line. Alfonso, thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your statement. My brother Cyrus Daquan, good evening, welcome. Let's hear you. What's your take on the explosion of Representative Yeke Koluba? Okay, I think this is the honorable man.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you, Junior. Let me say good evening to all of the panelists, and good evening to the CEO. Junior, I'm disappointed in Brother Alfonso for the statement he just made, and you see how he's struggling with that statement to defend the statement he just made. It is actually disappointing for a Liberian to speak the way he does. He has shown that he has no regard for the rule of law, and they go to other people's countries and they praise the system, but when it comes to Liberia, and it's even disappointing. It's disgusting that a man of his caliber will sit on a public platform to say lawyers should not speak in a legislature for somebody, for their client. It's disgusting. I don't know where we are heading. For somebody of his kind to sit on this kinds of platforms, you should have even posted up to him, or you should have muted him to not make that statement. You didn't do well. Why is it the legislature the legislative branch, as we all know, is a branch for lawmaking. And somebody is saying lawyers should not go there to speak. So where should lawyers go to speak? It's disappointing, my brother. And Junior, I blame you because you should have stopped the brother and said, no, don't say so. Don't say so. Lawyers can speak anywhere. So you think, why you think when police arrest people, they carry them to police station, lawyers go there to represent their clients? Why can't the police say you go to court? Lawyers go anywhere, anytime when they are hired to speak for their client. So that's the first information I want to give our brother. And to the issue of Yeke's expulsion, you want to tie it to treason. That is not treason.
Sarah, let me disagree with you, my brother. Before you continue, Sarah, let me disagree with you. You said I should have hold a counsel that you shouldn't continue his thought. My brother, we all know constitutional law says there are three branches of government. You have the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature. These are separate branches of government. They operate separately, but they are coordinate. They coordinate together. How will you say I should hold somebody when the president say the executive, the legislature are using their rules? How can I hold that person? Tell us the constitutional backing that Yeke should not be expelled.
So thank you. To that point, that's why I said the brother was in error when he said that. It's a regrettable mistake. He should not even have said it. When the Constitution talks about the separation of powers doctrine, it did not say when one of the branches is carrying on illegality, the other branch cannot come to intervene. The Supreme Court of Liberia has the sole authority constitutional to say, look, this branch is overstepping its boundary. It is clear. The Supreme Court, through judicial review, that's the power of the Supreme Court to say, listen, the legislature or the executive is overstepping its boundary, and they call them to order. And guess what? Yeke has gone to the Supreme Court, filed a prohibition on the process, and the justice in chamber, His Honor Justice Yusuf Kaba, stay order on the process. And the state went ahead and said the Supreme Court has no business. And this is not their first time doing that. During the legislative impasse involving the embattled speaker, the state went ahead and disrespected the Supreme Court. When the Supreme Court bring a ruling, they said they will not listen. And the executive supported that. The president was doing business with them. You know, Junior, our democracy is under threat. This is not about Yeke. And I want to dispel that lie that Yeke threatening. Yeke what Yeke said involves national security issue. It involves no national security issue. It was not treasonous. The first thing when you talk about treason, they said if you collaborate with a foreign country to rebel against your government, that's treason. But somebody said land belongs to Guinea. It was Yeke that sent those guys there to go and be mining. The people supposed to even investigate the root cause of this problem before they even go to expulsion. The root cause supposed to have been investigated. But they ran in judgment room that Yeke should be expelled. But man, we all know the politics behind this thing. And Junior, to admit, to live in Liberia and criticize this government is something risky. It is something very risky. Mind you, they are doing it to lawmakers. They can do it to anybody. They can even drag people in the street. This is an authoritarian state. The state is being held by an authoritarian. Baka is operating now like a dictator. Nobody opposes a dictator. That's the state we are talking about now. You know how Jeremiah Kun lost power in this country. So to do this to Yeke, it means if a Sarah Dangwan goes somewhere and criticize, they will tell the police that you're dragging. That's where we are heading, Junior. It is not about Yeke.
Leonard Council, let me ask you this before we go to the other people. Are you saying the decision by the legislature to expel Yeke Koluba is unconstitutional?
Exactly, it's unlawful. Exactly, Junior. That's why I'm heading. That's why I want to let a brother know that he should retract that statement on this platform that Yeke's statement was treasonous. No, it was not. To say like the Constitution is defined, go in our penal law. Treason is defined there. If it ever states that if somebody says land belongs to another country that treason, I will not appear here again. That's not treason. That's not. So they will try to sugarcoat it to suit their comfort. But guess what? There is tomorrow. Junior, the world has experienced the worst dictators. The world has experienced people like Adolf Hitler were here. There are terrible men here before Biker. Today they are history, my brother. You see, power can use people. That's why I was saying today. I say power can use people and later dump people. Power can destroy men. It will destroy Biker. There will come a time that they will sit and regret some of their actions. And I saw Honorable Quarter Quadru's signature on that document. I'm disappointed in a young man. I want to ask him if he appears. I will ask him this question: if he's in the legislature to serve District 5. I will ask you this question, Junior. Let me say a question for the record.
No, Sarah, the representative is not coming again. Alfonso are coming. The representative is not coming. We rescheduled him for Tuesday. So let's have the conversation surrounding Yeke, and then maybe we can.
Okay, thank you. So that's a conversation, Junior. If the lawmaker appears, I will ask him if he's in the legislature to serve this country and his people, the people of District Number 5 who elected him. Is Koto a self-guarded lawmaker, or he's being tele-guarded? Everything Jeremiah Kun wants, he does it, and he comes back. I saw him trying to lecture us about BA Mountain. BA Mountain, a man who just Metal Stew, Pugas Dew. He attempted lecturing us about BA Mountain. John, please make effort to bring the honorable back. Please make effort to bring him back. He does not have the moral standing to lecture us about BA Mountain. This is a man who just signed. If I start entering the legislature, he just signed the MITA deal. The MITA deal that has no clear indication that NIMA will benefit. Everything that NIMA is to benefit is tied on contingency. This is a man who wants to lecture us about something happening in another country. No.
Thank you very much.
Want to bring him.
Thank you. We
want to have conversation with the honorable. So I will close on this note.
Thank you. We've already spoken with Honorable Man. We will bring him on Tuesday because of his network issue in the country. I want us to have this conversation. Akami, Afanso, I was coming to you. I want us to have the conversation around Yeke issue. You laid a premise here. Cyrus responded to you. I want us to go to Ambassador Chris Silly. Then we'll come back to you, Afanso. Then you can respond to them. We'll go to Siawate. Chris, this is a conversation we're having, so we attach time to them. I'm going to give you 2 minutes for you to make your point, and after that, you can have your counterpoint to whatever somebody will say to your point. But let's give you 2 minutes so you can make your point. After you will go to Alfonso to make a rebuttal to Cyrus, and then we go to Siawate. Siawate will make his point. Then Cyrus will come in to make a rebuttal. We go back to Siawate.
Thank you, Junior. Let me say again, fellow panelists, what happened today is the insult to the democracy, the freedom of speech that my grandfather once fought for. What happened today is a slap in the face of modern democracy. Let me say this. We know what behind this move politically. The executive is behind this. And I don't want here for people to think that the removal of JK was based on what happened in Guinea issue. When the press secretary to the president office wrote on the e-marshal, the Guinea cleans the left is there. It's a public records. It's there. Is that not clear to the national security of a country? If they think so, they're going to be real here, gentlemen. Right? If it's a national security issue, why NSA cannot invite Yeke? Why NSA can involve in the process? So, I don't want for this to be. We know the hands are behind Yeke removal. Allegedly, I received for the 5,000 around to the 5,000 around here. Even my district lawmaker signatures on that document. How disappointed I am. The freedom of speech. The Constitution gives due process. I heard my dear good friend, a father saying, lawyer cannot speak that way. In their letter, they told Yeke, can we a legal team? In their communication. And you come here.
But Chris, the House rule says if you're appearing with your legal team cannot speak for themselves, but they speak through you. That's what the rule says.
Junior, it is the rule all the whole more the constitution of Liberia?
No.
So then
I
why
will tell you that.
then why you can't agree with me? Because the question says there are three things involved. If you can't speak for yourself, the lawyer can speak for you. If you can't represent yourself, you the legal people on the feet. So in that capacity, they cannot be able to speak. You invited me with a lawyer. So what you invited me for? The lawyer, the legal team for?
Thank you.
So
Chris, you got a good point.
Yeah, let me
Chris.
close on this, Jim. Let me close on this. The procedure today by the House of Parliament is misled. It is insult of a democracy. And every young people that will call ourselves freedom fighter, activists, we have to condemn this because the issue they talk about national security issue, the NSA should be able to invite Yeke, even the press secretary should be invited NSA to be investigated. But today you can't expect Yeke because Yeke are going against the doctrine of what you spoke on yesterday. When they see you the party today, Mr. Boka was hanging with Yeke yesterday. The Tuma Fala were against yesterday Boka. When Tuma Fala in the process, he wasn't there. But today, that's the dedicated Liberian politics. But again, young people are supporting you the party. The young people, there should be our opinion. The young people that kill themselves at the party. See what happened to Yeke today. Tomorrow will be you. It could be me today, it could be Junior tomorrow, it could be Afonso. Then when you enter the House of Parliament, when you speak on critical issues, when you get your point of freedom of speech, they hold it against you.
Thank
I
you.
think this, we need to call on the West African community, the United
Thank
Nations,
you.
to look at this process. Thank you.
Thank you. Afonso, let's give you 1 minute to respond to Cyrus, and then we'll go to Sewite, then Sarah will come back to respond to you.
Thank you, John. Some will talk faster than like Cyrus them, you know. So it's like our weak point because if we can talk faster than Cyrus them, maybe they are going to say we are more intellectual, we don't struggle with words. But let me just go back to the definition of tracing. Tracing to include effort to subvert states' sovereignty short are attempting to overthrow the government by force or aiding a foreign power to undermine the country's security and territory. Now, we got a
Afonso,
problem
Afonso, wait. Let me ask you now because my role here tonight is to ask a question. Is that in accordance with Article 76 of the 1986 Constitution, what you just read?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in line with that. Is that okay? Now, if we say aiding foreign power, or let's say foreign nation to undermine the security and territory of your country, and you say the statement Yeke made is not a treasonous statement, is they not it's not undermining the territory of Liberia's sovereignty, he has not undermined it, then I would say his Sarah is not reading. He's not reading because he's supposed to know this. And when you go to legislature, you think the legislature is a court. It's not a court. That's a political theater. They got their own rules. Even the judiciary had their own rules there too. Just by the constitution, they got their rules that they live by. You get it? And all of the lawyers there are abiding by that rules. That no one person from the legislature can go there and overturn that rules. The similar thing is in the legislature. When I remember when one of the magistrate was asked or was summoned by the legislature for the involvement of certain and drugs, issue, the Supreme Court wrote them and told them or during we are time. I mean, we are almost 2023. They told them that the legislature do not have any control or power to investigate. Only the judiciary had the power to investigate that magistrate. So why are you saying separate power, separate houses? Why are you saying
Before you conclude, Afonso, my role here tonight is to make some clarity. According to Article 76 of the 1986 Constitution, it defines treason. Now, it says treason against republic shall consist of leaving war against the republic. That's one. 2, aligning oneself with aiding and abating another nation or people with whom Liberia is at war with. That's 2. 3. Acts of expunging for an enemy state. That's number 3. 4. Attempting by overt act, which means overthrowing the government rebellion against the republic, insurance and mutuality. 5. Aggravating or attempting to aggravate, subverting or attempting or conspiring to subvert the Constitution by use of force or slow of force or by any other means which attempts to undermine this Constitution. That's the 5 provision, the 5 definition that the Constitution gave for treason. In your word now, I want to ask you a definite question. In your word, which one of these 5 requirements the Yeke Koluba meet?
Sorry, you say I did not get you because of network.
You can, if you have your phone with you, you can go to Article 76. Which one of these 5 requirements the Yeke Koluba meet?
I said
that's what I'm saying. I want
to 76A.
Okay, you saying Article 76A,
now, Article 76A.
Right?
Article 76A. It consists of treason consists of levying war against the republic, adhering to its enemies, or attempting to subvert the constitution through force. Now, adhering to its enemies.
Article 76A gave 5 different counts for treason. So those 5 counts, which one of them the Yeke Koluba meet? You got count 1, 2, 3 to 5. You got a constitution with you. In your opinion, which one of them do you think Yeke Koluba meet?
You asking me which one?
Which one of them?
Never is bad, yeah.
God. Cyrus, welcome. Let's hear you, Chief. Yeah, go ahead, Faso.
You know, he will not answer that question. He will not answer it. You know, they will always say the statement was treasonable. It's a treasonous statement. They will not speak with specificity that certain provision. You just read the Constitution, and to the point where he said the judiciary has its own law and that it can be investigated. That's not true. The legislature has the power to investigate judicial officials, and if they commit impeachable offenses, they can be impeached. It happened to Janet. Janet was investigated in a court. Justice as soon as Justice Kabina Janet was never investigated in a court. The legislature summoned the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia then, Justice Kokpo, to preside over Janet's impeachment in the Liberian Senate. It was not at the Supreme Court. You see? So when they want to make references, they should come to the discourse with facts. You are talking to level-headed people here. And law is where we belong. So the Constitution is clear. And my brother, that thing you're realizing the legislature has its own rule. Listen, the Constitution of every country is the supreme law of those countries. Every word. The Constitution is the supreme law, and that any law, be a statute, be a organic law, any law that contravenes, it is on a scope. Any law that contravenes the Constitution is null and void. It means that law is not effective. It will never be used. Once it contravenes the Constitution, that's the supremacy of the Constitution. And Article 38 is clear. It said the legislature shall, it may, it did not say shall. And constitutionally, when the law says may, It means it is not mandatory. It says the legislature may enact procedures to either suspend or expel their members. It says shall, and even if it says shall, there are procedures guarding that, and that procedure, one of which is due process. Because it was underscored, it said due process of law. Every action that leads to investigation for expulsion or suspension must conform to due process of law. That's the Constitution. So the question you should be asking yourself, did Yeke expulsion follow due process? The answer will be no. The answer will be no. Giving a man letter informing the man that you should appear with lawyer. So why are the essence of asking him to appear with lawyer when you know that a lawyer will not say a word? What was that essence? So I maintain that the entire process was political, and the Supreme Court should be made to reverse that decision. Let me tell you, the legislature can make decision, administrative bodies can make decision, and that decision can be reversed by the Supreme Court through judicial review. That's a power of the Supreme Court. Only under this administration, because they do not respect the rule of law, and people have their own way. Everything Joseph Barker wants, that what Liberians should follow, that what the legislature. I don't even blame him. I don't blame Barker. He should not be the one guarding lawmakers who have power. The first branch of our government, and the guys are being controlled by the president, whatever he wants. And some of the legislators express that today, that whatever the president wants is what happens. This is wrong. Like I said initially, this is not about Yeke Koluba. I don't like Yeke fond of messaging, but the Unity Party does not have program to even teach Yeke, because this is a man that you endorse. This is a man that you enjoyed when he was misbehaving, when he was denigrating George Weah and his mother. You like it. You supported it with your full chest. And what's supposed to be a real treason is when Mr. Aka went to Grand Bassa County and said if he did not win the election, Liberia will go to war. There will be no country called Liberia. That's treason. That's treason. Alfonso, that's the real treason. When Baka said that, Baka should have been arrested. But I blame Weah for being so reluctant. That's treason. When an 80-year-old man stood in the midst of people and said, if you don't win this election, there will be a country called Liberia. You understand? And Unity is on record for saying if he did not win Liberia, he will bring war in this country. President Yomali, the minister who says at Ministry of Internal Affairs, that's treason. But they were not touched. Kula Fofana published on e-Marshal. She published that this land in question, something for which Yeke has been expelled. Kula Fofana published on e-Marshal page that the place belongs to Guinea. And she's untouchable only because she's a rescuer. This is wrong, my brother. It doesn't have to do with who Yeke support, who he doesn't support. This is about our country. This is about the future of our democracy. It's not about Yeke. That's the point.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Siaote. Siaote, you can make your point on the issue of Yeke removal and inconstitutionality.
Well, good evening, Alfonso. For me, I think my point last night, it was very clear when we hosted honorability. I think the only thing I see that we are going to lose here is about going to re-election, that we as a country will be spending a whole lot of money. But constitutionally, the House got right to expel any members that go against the Constitution or the rules of the House. The Constitution, I'm not a lawyer, neither do I have knowledge, but from what I've read, a few days, I think Article 49 stated that very clear that
39.
I say 49, Article 49. Article 49 clearly says that each of the legislature, whether the House or the Senate, they got all constitutional right to make their rules. Now, they can expel a member once they reach to 10 majority vote. What does it mean?
For course,
If anyone contravene or go against the rules, they can punish member for even misconduct. It's not only about treason. For me, the argument about treason, for me, I'm not going to it. The argument here should be whether Yeke is not culpable to be expelled or suspended. For me, my argument is not about treason. You will not find me there. My argument is about whether the Constitution, we should be discussing the constitutional aspect here, whether the House does not have the constitutional authority to do that. They do have. Article 49 give the right to the House. They say, well, each house of the legislature can set its own rules. That's why both the Senate and the House of Representatives has that right. And mind you, the people, they were too there. Because what we are saying, when you go, like the first one before removing on our COFA, the law says they should be, what's the number? They needed to be 35 or 36 or 37.
37 above.
37 above. That constitutes simple majority. The Constitution also says when you are making decisions of such, it should be to 10. So which means 73 lawmakers out of 73 lawmakers, you should have not less than 40 some more lawmakers signing, and we have 49 lawmakers.
49.
So my point is the lower house. The lower house, because what we are saying here, I want to make something clear here. When we talk about territorial integrity, when we talk about, because when you take oath to protect and defend your country, you did not take oath to defend Guinea, Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone. No. We Liberians, is our taxpayer money that we pay you as a lawmaker. You are honoring the constitutional mandate to protect and uphold the rule of law. That's why when you read further down in Article 76, I think Article 76 or 5, they will tell you anyone as a lawmaker or anyone, because he's alarming with your enemy. When you go down, it will tell you, say, treason is treasonable, because right there, Guinea has become our enemy, for my interpretation. Because when he's alarming with your enemy, you got people who have come, they are come to invade your territory, and then you say the land there for Guinea. He got a deed. He was available during the territorial boundary. So all these things it can even be used as a reference for Guinea. So right there, Yeke Koruba became an enemy of the state. Right there. My point is not about someone carrying on treason and what have you, but the House got all constitutional right to punish its member if the person contravene the Constitution or the rules. That's why you saw the House, the guy own rule. When Yeke appeared with the lawmaker, with the councillors, they were very clear and blunt. That's why the councillors made their point, and then they gave Yeke the time that if you want to speak, this is a legislative matter. The reason your lawyers were invited, any point you have, you pass it through, you can ask them, you are giving a will, and the information will be passed through you. That's the rule. That's the rule. So for me, that's why I always say I don't like the style of politicking, whether from Yeke, the Prophet Key, and the rest, because it don't show any good in our democracy. The reason is you got your late child, this child wake up today. One soon morning, the only thing they get to hear is someone just making noise everywhere. That's why he even goes to the house. He classifies himself as a noise maker. Why is that? When you are honorable, we are not saying people cannot disagree. People do disagree. Disagree on policies. Disagree in sharpening the contradiction of where it is being misplaced. But if you come to the conversation, even during the former president regime, I was one president, I didn't like his style of politicking because he ought to hold the integrity of that house. Look, if Liberia as a country cannot take a step forward, we will continue to retrogress. Countries that you are showing example on today, whether they Ghana, whether they America, whether they what, you are never seeing any lawmaker insulting president. You are never seeing. I just want to carry you back. A few weeks ago, I was watching YouTube when the president of Burkina Faso, when he spoke, because Burkina Faso are always being invaded, the terrorist thing they've been on it for a while now. Just to go and hang a flag, my brother, it was not easy. Did you see a parliament member, because for them they call them General Assembly? Did you see them making statements? So all these things is about the law for country. People feel that people just make everything out of politics. For me, I feel that it's far beyond politics. Yeke Koluba and the house, to me, in my mind, they met all constitutional requirements to expel Yeke. As a matter of fact, the argument about the judiciary, what role can the judiciary play? What role right there? Those are two separate branches. Those are two. So what is happening? They are going by the rules, and they are also going by the Constitution. They are not in the wrong. They are not in the wrong. So on a Koruba, for me, the only thing I regret is there will be a very huge sum of money to be spent on by-election. I don't think, because that will be a precedent. It will also normalize the legislature now to do a serious business instead of just making a lot of noise. Go to the legislature and see how the guy made noise and compare it with the Liberian Senate. Yeah. So for me, I don't even see it as an argument. If the argument is that because when our Benedict King here last night, that was one of the questions I'm asking. And for me, my reliance was Article 49, right? Because Article 49 clearly gave the right to the legislature to do that. They equally gave the right to citizens to petition lawmakers. 10,000. That's the constitutional provisional. That's the constitutional provision. So equally, the law says the power is inherent in the people, and the people are the lawmakers. They also get them the right to set their own rules based on misconduct, and all these things they amount to you punishing your fellow lawmakers. Yes, Sarah, I'm listening. Wow, you got a point?
So the Constitution you reference, said for any action to be taken against members of the legislature, that process must be their approving cause. Approving cause must be established, and it must confirm the process leading to the expulsion or suspension must confirm to due process of law. I'm not the one who wrote the Constitution.
Exactly, and that's what happened.
It did not happen. That's the point. That's the point I'm coming to.
Cyrus,
that's the point I'm coming to.
That's why the leadership of the House wrote on our Koruba, because mind you, the poor got 10 working days. There is now a normal session now. The poor got 10 working days. On our Yeke Koruba requested 5 working days to get in line with lawyers. And the court told him, if you do, he appeared with his lawyer. At that point, they did not just run judgment, they gave him time. He appeared with his lawyers. Then he came.
So Siawate, let me make some contribution here. You see, what happened in our country today is a total misstep. In my opinion. Now,
Thank you.
this is not a
What's the misstep? Because because Sarah said there should be probable cause. So did it define what is probable cause? And what the severity of the case should be?
So let me finish. The mail was on her. The mail was on her. That's that due process. The mail was on her.
Let me finish.
There were evidence proving that he said he made the statement though.
Let me finish now.
For the horse to go on the street and collect letter from people in session.
Chris, let me finish my statement. There was procedure error. Yeah. Now let me tell you, you can deal with Yeke without politics. Yeke's statement, none of us on the show here we agree with Yeke's statement. But you know what? If Yeke's statement warrants treason, the Ministry of Justice is cropped with the responsibility to enforce the law. They should have been the first organ of the government to file in a complaint at the Supreme Court. Now, when they file in a complaint,
is that a procedure?
Let me finish now. I'm telling you the procedure that should have been followed. You see, the House of Representatives, they said they were acting on their rules, but then they didn't follow the rules. They went into constitutional matter. That's the contradiction.
No, John, no. Don't contradict.
Hey, Siawate, I follow.
The Constitution.
John is on track. Junior is on track. Junior is on track.
Why you say that?
Let me finish now. Let me
finish. There's a legal issue. The charging the mayor up to your right call a bigger issue.
Let me finish. The legislature have their rules, and their rules is quite different from the Constitution. Bear in mind, the Constitution is the supreme law of the country. Any rules or treaties that does not align with the Constitution is considered null and void. So now that we have the rules in the country from the legislature, we believe that those rules are in line with the Constitution. Let's bear in mind that. Now, the Constitution says the legislature can expel its members or member on offenses that violate their office. What is the rule that Yeke Koluba violated? It was not mentioned. And then it came to Article 76.
Yeke Koluba has brought the house to public discussion.
Let me finish now. They came to Article 76 of the 1986 Constitution. Article 76 talk about treason. Treason, anybody who attempt treason or commit treason, you have brought the country to a public disrepute, not only the house. So that won't go against the house rules. Now, treasonal offenses is not in the jurisdiction of the legislature. It is within the jurisdiction of the executive. And the executive is the enforcer of the law. Now, the Minister of Justice is cropped with that responsibility to enforce the law. If Yeke's statement was treasonous, the Minister of Justice should have filed a complaint before the Supreme Court that this person serving in the House of Representatives, the statement he made is treasonous. Here are the evidence. And then Yeke Koluba will be made subject to appear before the Supreme Court. That wasn't done.
True. That wasn't done.
You see, Yeke was not summoned before the Supreme Court, neither before any other court in the country. The House of Representatives now came in, they say Yeke's statement by themselves, they believe that it violates their rules. Fine. If Yeke's statement violates your rules, which one of the rules the Yeke statement violates? If it is criminal, then invite the judiciary, the judiciary and the executive to come in and prosecute Yeke. Say Yeke's statement is criminal. You have no jurisdiction to hear criminal cases. A quasi-judicial setting, they say, according to their rules, they say you have to speak for yourself. But the Constitution is a supreme law of the country. The Constitution says if you cannot speak for yourself, your lawyers will speak for you, whether quasi-judicial jurisdiction, whether constitutional
on criminal charges,
or criminal justice, whether constitutional jurisdiction, whether contract matter, any other issue. If you can't speak for yourself, your lawyer will speak for you. You can say he can't speak for himself, the lawyers will speak for him. By law, when you accuse somebody of any other offense, you should provide the evidences. The one thing you're taking into blank statement here tonight is that the fact that the Supreme Court says stop this thing and let's know what is going on. Let's know the constitutional implication of what is going on. But you didn't listen to the Supreme Court. You went on to do your own thing.
Joe,
I want to ask you a question.
I think, John, I think we all follow this stuff.
John, before the people come in, right? Before the people come in, I want. Yeah, before you come in, people, I want to get back again.
I'm gonna tell you all
I want a veteran to Google. I want a veteran to Google if the Supreme Court has the power to review the action of the executive and the legislature. I want then Google and put the result on the screen.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
So just that
even if you Google on the issue of tracing, they will tell you even though tracing is a judicial matter, but legislature can take action against any of its members that is form part of that. They can expel you before you can go to the judiciary. Is there go there? You go
due process.
I want to ask you a question now. Let me ask you the question.
Before you ask me a question, let me make this statement. The Constitution also says, treason offense in our country, there is no punishment for it. Only the legislature can define the punishment.
That is in a defining moment. And it's history.
Let me make a statement now. Treason is a crime. Well, our Constitution, our panel law say this is a crime, but there is no penalty for it. Only the legislature can define the penalty. You know why they say that? Because the legislature cannot hold somebody for treasonous offense. When the judiciary take the action, the legislature will define whether you should stay in prison for a lifetime or you should serve 15 or 20 years. Go ahead, Chief. They should have been the one to make the penalty.
You see, one of the clever things you always do is when somebody want to ask you a question, you talk plenty, then the person forget and not to ask you. You always want to be smart to pass. But let me ask you this thing. If you say that somebody appear before the legislature, if member appear before a committee to explain why why he's not guilty of certain thing, and he come with a lawyer or the legislature invite a lawyer and they get the procedure. Are you saying that the judiciary should follow that procedure?
No.
And if yes, do you expect that those lawyers go in argument with the legislature? Then who is the magistrate or who is the presiding judge in that?
Let me make something clear. Like I said today, the Constitution is a supreme law of the land. Now, any other law or rules that are made in the country should be in alignment with the Constitution. So since the House rule is accepted and it still operates, it means they are in alignment with the Constitution. Now, if you invite lawyers, you say lawyers should come. When lawyers are coming, first of all, before you tell lawyer to come, the first thing you need to do is you should even be informed of his charges, of his offense. That's the first thing. The House rule say you must even inform your colleague of the offense they are committed. They didn't do so. That was the lawyer's argument. They said, we agree you can continue with your proceeding, but let's have the evidence in our possession. They asked their client, do you have the evidence? The client said, no, I don't have it. They have not told me my crime. I don't have any evidence. And the lawyer said, no, you can't proceed without the evidence in our possession. Our possession means in their client possession. So the way I say, those guys that I was serving on our committee, they erred. They erred big time.
And then, and John, to Allah, say that treason is a criminal offense. The law says, even if you go to court, if John says, this person commits robbery, the crime of robbery, the defense counsel will file motion for discovery. Discovery means the evidence that John is relying on, the evidence John has that a crime of robbery was committed should be given to the defense for scrutiny, and they will prepare their defense for the case. That's why they call motion of discovery. That's the question the lawyers representing Yeke were asking. That since indeed
that's a judiciary process. That's the judiciary you're talking about.
No.
But not legislative.
You keep missing this thing.
Alfonso,
missing this thing up. When the legislature is preparing for impeachment, when the legislature is preparing to impeach judicial officer, this person is one of us, we will investigate a person here. The judiciary does not have that power to say so. The legislature has impeachment power. Joseph Baka. That's
a constitutional mandate now. That's a constitutional mandate. The mandate of the legislature, they don't say when they want to expel one of their members, the judiciary should come preside. No, they say when they want to expel or impeach any of the anyone from the two branches, somebody should preside. That one is different.
You
can't blame the whole thing the way you're saying it. It's quite different.
Please pose that. The picture posting that chat room to the Gio. Please pose that picture now. Then my final point now will lead a minute to continue. Beg you, Gio.
Yeah, when they send the expel Samson Bender fan in 1998, who presided over it? It was not Chad Brunsky as Senate Protector.
Please shut up. Please shut up, picture, Gio. The picture you are carrying put up to Yeke and Mr. Bwaka or the captain. Please share that picture on the page right now. So
posting photo. What does that mean?
No.
Chris, I know where you're going. I don't want us to dwell into the political side of this
election.
Chris.
Chris, the discussion different. I was talking about Yeke Koluba and his attitude that you want to go to party campaign something.
And I'm not campaign. I'm not saying no. You cannot control my opinion.
This platform, listen, this platform is not anti-government or anti-political party or a political party platform.
No. Alfonso, I accept that. No. Alfonso, I accept that. Nobody against government yet. No. We say anti. No. We have to correct this on the show because that's the same way some people on the show to information for us. They get a
what information
I know I'm saying. I will see course. I know I'm saying. So I'm speaking niches. When you're speaking about I don't know why.
People are calling you not serious. No people are calling you not serious. We're discussing patriotism here tonight, not campaign, not XYZ. If Josh, we are going to take action against you can take on it.
Gio, the reason I say you put that picture.
That you did the party
is that you
the party expel Yeke?
Well, you got one.
You did the party expel Yeke?
15
will you give me chin of my point?
You did the party expel
Yeke? Will you give me chin of my point? You have to answer
the question now. No. That you did the party expel Yeke?
No. You guys spoil.
Expel. They say unity party.
Anything happen? Yeah, I know I'm laughing at you. You are telling your opinion, Alfonso. I'm telling my opinion. Give me chance. Let me my point. Why do you guys should be getting your opinion?
We want you to go to the. So that people can understand. But you will be carried on back to the 23 election.
No. Alfonso, you cannot direct me on my opinion. You can't do that.
No, go ahead.
But you understand that? If also you, but however that Junior, I know those United Party people they play so much game.
No.
But however,
We are not.
however,
I'm not a United Party, my brother.
What happened to Jacket today?
That one I tell always now want you to be saying, yeah, I'm not a United Party.
No, Faso.
You want to speak the truth, just speak the truth.
No, Faso as a United Party, as a United Party, United Party, and I'm not sure any. So the issue is, Gio, what happened to Jacket to is abuse of power. It's an insult to a democracy. So the people defending it right here. It wasn't a legislator issue on this issue. National security issue.
Yeah, I want you to compare it. No, that making the article. I want you to compare it with what happened to how they call it, Samson Bendel Fenn in 1998.
Okay.
In the Senate.
So when the Senate senator said he would turn the personal convoy, was it still national security?
No, I'm saying compare the two legislators. You're talking about legislators, then you're talking differently, my brother.
Yeah.
These are but you are saying the two legislators. They men refuse to appear before he police when they summon him, he refuse to appear and they expel him. But the other men he did something different, they expel him. I want you to compare them.
I ask a simple question. When the city senator said you turn the personal convoy, was it the national security? Answer my question.
John President convoy. What the security was also invited. It is a freedom of speech in the country.
As a simple question, when the city senator said you turn the personal convoy, wasn't the national security? Yes or no?
Said to national security. I said the security was to invite him. I'm telling you, you're asking me.
Alfonso, Chris, thank you guys. We've gone above our time. The guys from the radio station just texted me. We're going to be here tomorrow with another brand new edition of the Heat Hour program.
One lawyer like yesterday, one practice, but you need more experience. I ain't lawyer myself. Still be doing it. That lawyer, I want you to be my